Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Concept Tech 2018 and I am Sunanda Manke, and in this video we'll discuss differential amplifier. The contents which are covered in this video are as follows. We'll start with the introduction of differential amplifier, and in this we'll compare the differential operation with single-ended operation, and then we'll discuss the advantages of differential amplifier over single-ended amplifiers. Then we'll see the working, the transfer characteristics, the circuit analysis, mathematical analysis, calculating gain, input and output resistances. And lastly, we'll see the different configurations in which differential amplifier is used. So let's start with the introduction. As the name says, differential amplifier amplifies the difference of two input signals. So input signals are given differentially, we'll say. It is the most widely used building block in analog integrated circuit designs. Operational amplifier is a multi-stage amplifier, direct coupled multi-stage amplifier, and the differential amplifier is the input stage of every optional amplifier. Differential amplifiers are designed using both BJT as well as the MOS transistors. And the BJT version is the basis of very high speed logic circuit family design called emitter coupled logic. As discussed in the previous slide, differential amplifier amplifies the difference of the two input signal, that is, the operation is differential. So let's see here how differential operation is different from single-ended operation. In case of single-ended operation, the signal is measured with respect to a fixed potential, which is usually the ground, as you can see from the diagram also. And in differential operation, the signal is measured between two nodes, and the nodes have equal and opposite signal excursion around a fixed potential. The differential signal achieves maximum voltage swing compared to the single-ended operation. That is, the peak to peak voltage achieved by differential operation is higher than the one which is achieved by single-ended operation. The circuit is more robust to noise than single-ended circuit, and that is the most important feature of differential amplifier. And the parameter which is used to measure the noise rejection is called CMRR, and we'll discuss this in detail in the coming slides. And of course, all these advantages are at the cost of possible increase in the area, as we are using here two transistors instead of one transistor for differential operation. So it increases the area. Now coming to the features of differential amplifier. Basically, there are two reasons for using differential amplifier in preference to single-ended amplifier. The first one is differential circuit are much less sensitive to noise and interference than single-ended circuit. To appreciate this point, consider two wires carrying a small differential signal as the voltage difference between the two wires. Now assume that there is an interference signal that is coupled in both the wires, either capacitively or inductively. As the wires are physically close together, the interference voltages on the two wires will be equal. And since in a differential system only the difference signal between the two wires is sensed, So it will contain no interference component. The second reason for preferring differential amplifier is that differential amplifier enables us to bias the amplifier and to couple the amplifier stages together without the need for bypass and coupling capacitors, which are normally utilized in the design of the discrete circuit amplifier. And this is the reason why differential amplifiers are ideally suited for integrated circuit fabrication, where large capacitors are impossible to fabricate economically. The advent of integrated circuit has made the differential pair extremely popular in both bipolar and MOS technologies, because the IC fabrication is capable of providing matched devices, and we need to have perfect matching between the two transistors which form the part of differential amplifier. And as we have components available at a lower cost, so differential amplifier is feasible and commonly used. Coming to the basic concept of differential amplifier, as you can see in the figure here, a differential amplifier has two inputs V1 and V2, and the difference of the two input, which is VID, is applied at the input of the differential amplifier, and it gives us output Vout, which also is differential, right? It is measured between two collectors, two output terminals, and ideally the output voltage is equal to the differential gain AD into the difference input voltage, that is VID, that is, it is amplifying the difference between the two input signals. You can see here VID is V1 minus V2, and the common signal, if there is any, to both the inputs, it will not have any effect on the output. Now, what is a common signal? Let's discuss the common signal. You can see the same diagram here. The difference is both the inputs V1 and V2 have a common signal VCM applied, right? So, if the signal is same on both the input terminals, it is called a common mode signal. And if the differential amplifier is perfectly symmetrical, in that case there will not be any AC output voltage, that is Vout will be 0 because difference input voltage is 0. But if they are not perfectly symmetrical, then there will be a small AC output voltage. Now, we intentionally do not apply common mode signal to the differential amplifier. Most static, interference and other kinds of undesirable pickups are the common mode signals. So, the common mode signal is the undesirable signal which is picked up by the leads of the or inputs of the differential amplifier. If the differential amplifier is operating in an environment with a lot of interference, electromagnetic interference, then each input terminal acts as a small antenna and it picks up the unwanted signal voltage. Now, this common mode gain is defined as the output voltage upon the common mode voltage, and ideally the common mode gain should be 0. There should not be any output for the common mode signal. But practically it has some value, and so we have a parameter common mode rejection ratio, which basically is used to see how effectively the common mode signal is rejected by the differential amplifier. So, in practical differential amplifier, output just does not depend on the differential signal. It also depends on the common mode signal, and here is the definition. If V1 and V2 are two input signals, then the differential signal is V1 minus V2, whereas common mode signal is the average value of the two signals. So, instead of the output which we defined in the previous slide. V out is differential gain into the difference input signal. The output is defined as ADVID plus ACVC. So we have the differential gain as well as the common mode gain, right? And the figure of merit of differential amplifier, as I told you earlier, it is common mode rejection ratio, and it is defined as differential gain upon the common mode gain. Ideally, the differential gain should be high and common mode gain should be 0, right? And so higher value of CMRR is desirable. Ideally it should be infinite, and normally CMRR is measured in dB, so it should be practically it is in the range of 50 to 70 dBs. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel Conceptech 2018 for more such videos. Thank you.